Well, we're at a ground with so much history over the years. Now very much home to this Nottingham Forest women's team. They are loving life here and they are dangerous here too. Let's see what they can do tonight, and indeed what Birmingham City bring to the table as well. Off we go, and a win for either side tonight would, of course, secure valuable points, but would also send a strong message to the rest of the league about the victors' promotion ambitions. Two sides expected to be in the conversation come the end of the campaign, and they're already right there, making themselves heard. Nottingham Forest in their traditional red, Birmingham City in their away kit tonight with a little bit of blue in there. Home side looking to try and settle into the game. The ball stolen away, though, by Viatriki Sari. We saw in the last game play through the middle. She can do that. She can play the number 10 role. She can play either side as a winger as well. One of those hugely versatile customers. And there are plenty on show here tonight. So it will be interesting to see how tactics are tweaked as we go along and who slots in where as the need maybe comes for either of these two sides. Experience in the shape of Kirsty Smith here for Forest. Nicely won back by G. Immediately looking to set Lily Crosthwaite away. She's got plenty to aim at in the middle. The problem was she couldn't find a way through. Now the breakaway. Immediately halted. Ball won back by Amy Rogers. Some good combative play by Garcia in the middle. Now a chance for Wellings to get Kirsty Smith away. Wellings might fancy it. And it was just a little too strong in the end for Boyhlorka. You can understand Charlie Wellings stepping in and hitting one, though. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? In the end, it was without reward. Lucy Thomas with the Birmingham City goal kick. Forced to go long towards Quinn by the pressure applied by Nottingham Forest. High press, a feature of both of these sides through the course of the campaign so far. Both of these teams hard working. So you'd expect the game to be a real contest tonight. G had it and lost it. Already very clear that there will be no time on the ball in that midfield area this evening. Moved on by Rogers. And Stapleton. Georgia Broom slotting it back for Emily Batty. Georgia Broom, one of the players who was brought on in the closing stages of the London City Lionesses Birmingham City game last season, which ultimately decided promotion. She was on the London City team who got up at Birmingham City's expense. Carly Davis already getting some instructions across, saying tonight is potentially very challenging, but that we're good under the lights, she says, at the City ground. Need to be at our best, she added after that. Very much, though, a situation where both of these sides should be stretched by the opposition. Kirsty Smith looking for Stapleton. Up and away by Shannon Cook. It's fast and furious at the moment. Sari. Quinn trying to make it hers. Already feel like decision-making is going to be crucial tonight, of course, but composure as well. So difficult to get time on the ball. Martha Harris finding her centre-half partner, Shannon Cook. Question of who can keep a cool head when the ball is being fired around that midfield area. Last season, Nottingham Forest were superb in the FA Women's National League, an unbeaten league campaign to clinch promotion. Worthy of their champions tag. Amy Merricks bringing Birmingham City here this evening, saying it's important to respond to defeat last time out. She wants her team to go for it tonight, to be aggressive, to show character, to be direct. She wants the ball to be progressed quickly. Was full of optimism when I spoke to her a little earlier. Also knew that her side were going to come here and potentially have to defend a fair bit as well. Nice work by Garcia initially. Freya Thomas getting involved as well, fresh from signing a new contract here. Big news and a big deal for Nottingham Forest. An effort from a long way out. Lorca eyeing up an early goal of some quality. Don't think Lucy Thomas in the Birmingham City goal was overly concerned, but it would have been special had it flown in. It was Chantel Boy-Lorca who fancied the top corner. Rebecca McKenna. Trying to get some distance on the throw to help Birmingham City up the field. Cook just rolling away from Chelsea corner. Such a strong player, Chelsea cornered in her time at Rangers. One of those who might well fancy tonight with the combative, competitive nature of the midfield battle. Boy-Lorca onto Smith. Wellings. Was she held? Yes, she was. Rebecca Holloway getting a little too physical. Easy decision for our referee tonight, Lucy May. Broom and Smith over it. A fair few well positioned to benefit from it. Smith barging her way through. Boy-Lorca keeping it moving. Broom as well. Boy-Lorca. Smith will just buzz up and down this right-hand side throughout. It's been so effective down through the years as a right back, but also played a fair bit as a left back. Winning the league title at this level, of course, in her Manchester United days. Also playing previously for Hibernian and since her days in the Northwest with West Ham United. Stapleton, you can hear Amy Merricks demanding that press from her side. Christine Harrison-Murray, one of those trying to dart onto the ball, but Forrester out. Boylorca trying to step on, but Rebecca Holloway having none of it. Ten very lively minutes without anything clear-cut as yet. You only have to look back to Forest's last game to know that things can change very swiftly. Crazy to think they were staring defeat in the face, and 3 minutes later they were ahead with time ticking down. Boylorca looking for support. There's a fair bit of it forward here for Nottingham Forest, and the strike wasn't bad either. Garcia with the effort, batted away by Lucy Thomas. Well, the Spaniards scored in a victory against Southampton and wasn't far away there. Lucy Thomas making a save you'd expect her to make, but still it was a job that had to be done. Chloe Mustaki with the corner delivery. Trying to target that near post, which was a problem for Thomas. She needed help to see it away. Lofted back in by Kirsty Smith, and that's commanding from Birmingham City's number one. And not just good defensively, but getting her side going offensively as well. Corner. On for G. Moving it on nicely for Holloway. Forest back in their numbers. Cook for G. McKenna. Calling for it. Here's Cornet, who gets it in the end. And G nicely round the corner too. Important stepping in there. Otherwise Nottingham Forest were in trouble. Nicely moved around by Birmingham City. Martha Harris now. Well, it's worked out in their favour, even though it wouldn't settle with Holloway, who goes again. Decent ball over, and it just warms the hands of Emily Batty. He will happily accept a relatively early touch. A player who's recently played her 100th game for Birmingham City, Rebecca Holloway, and she'll get forward plenty during the course of tonight. Smith. Nearly getting herself and her side into trouble, but those in red deal with it. Few in the middle here for Birmingham City. Georgia Broom wasn't sure what was behind her. Garcia couldn't deal with it with authority. And the cross is one in the end that flies away harmlessly. Disappointing end to an attack with plenty of potential. Lily Crosthwaite will be disappointed with that. Capable of far better. Not just with the cross itself, but on the end of crosses too. Martha Harris with the header. G. Freya Thomas right at her back. McKenna now. All the way home to Thomas. Kirsty Smith with that situation under control. Nicely done. Really good footwork to skip away by Shari. Needs a bit of help though, and she was surrounded by those in red. And now they break. Wellings. Boyhalorka ahead of her, not quite where the ball went to. They still have momentum though. Wellings with the ball over, and there were no takers in the middle. Garcia it was who was closest to it. Just needed someone to gamble a little more. From one end to the other. Birmingham City go again. Cornet back to G. Spinning away from Thomas, and there's too much on that. Well, no surprise, I suppose, in current form after the last game that Charlie Wellings is catching the eye. Initially not the pass she would have wanted to play, but then this was a beauty of a cross, right where any centre-forward would want it to land. There just wasn't a centre-forward on the end of it. Boyhalorka putting in the effort once again. Back it goes to Broom. Up goes Cook. Trying to wrestle back the advantage from Amy Claypole. Lucy Thomas. Martha Harris. Sari just trying to turn it around the corner. Send it on for Holloway. Shouts of no foul. Sari tries to hold off Smith, and the decision eventually goes against Nottingham Forest here. Christy Harrison-Murray in the mix here. Amy Rogers penalised. Sari's delivery. Chantal Boyhalorka saw it coming. Birmingham City retreat all the way back to Lucy Thomas. Offside, the verdict. No doubt we are seeing more from Birmingham City, as this illustrates beautifully. An awful lot of the game happening either in the middle of the park or in Nottingham Forest territory. Momentum being built by the visitors. Something that will please Amy Merricks, but she'll want a little more clear-cut action in that Forest penalty area. Interesting to hear her today talking about the aggressive nature of her squad. They're trying to push on rather than drive at Forest there. The decision was made to chip. Lucy Quinn fancying her chances from distance. She signed a one-year extension during the summer. And there's a bit of an issue here in Lucy May's eyes with the ball. So we're going to switch that one around. The beauty of a multi-ball system, there's always another one at hand. Up and away again. Birmingham City looking to attack again. Harris's touch wasn't quite true, but she recovered to a level. Now she has to recover her position. Shannon Cook's touch for Lucy Thomas. And it's taken off the toes of Rogers. Quinn. Both sides really good at getting back really swiftly to squash the threat on the counter. Forward from Cook, and then a bit of rough and tumble, which does work out in Birmingham City's favour. Georgia Broom not happy with the call. Both sides can play, but they can be physical as well. And a beautiful example of that right there. Approaching the midway point in the first half then. Delivery from Quinn. Plenty charging in on it. Kirsty Smith wasn't sure. Just sort of dangled the leg. Birmingham City go again. Beatrice Kisari. This is going to be hit by Quinn. And it was well and truly hit by Quinn. The only problem was it was always bending slightly the wrong way for it. Well worth a hit, mind you. After a cagey opening 20 minutes or so. Would have been quite the way to break the deadlock. Shouts of hands. On go Nottingham Forest. Wellings gives chase, but so does Thomas. Such an important part of the modern goalkeeper's game, the anticipation and use of the penalty area. Holloway forwards. Stapleton gets there first. Joining Nottingham Forest on a season-long loan from West Ham United. And named Young Player of the Year in the Republic of Ireland ranks in June of this year. Someone with a bright future and someone who's catching the eye in the present as well. Thomas finds corner. And now G. Forward by Cook. Plenty of options forward here for Birmingham City. Important touch, which just meant balance and momentum was lost. Once again, Thomas out to meet Wellings. Holloway. And now G. Harris. Holloway again. Nicely worked. They created the space. Just needed one more pass maybe. Or for someone to take aim. And that someone was G. Just dribbled away harmlessly in the end, but another nicely worked move, which nearly had an end product to celebrate. Such an experienced character, over 200 appearances for Chelsea, 6 WSL titles, 4 FA Cups, 2 League Cups in her time with the Blues. And those players in the squads tonight, some of those who aren't involved, with the experience of playing in the top flight, the experience of winning in the second tier, so important to the coaches. I know it's something that Amy Merrick's values very highly. Feels that her Birmingham City squad has the experience, the character, the ability, and the hunger as well to succeed this season. Says she has ultimate faith in the group. They can play nicely, but they have to do the hard yards as well, which they're more than capable of. Stapleton for Smith. Calmly done by Batty. Moved on by Wellings. That's a free kick. Challenge on Garcia. Cornet it was who tried to wrap the boot around the Spanish midfielder. Here's Rodgers, being hustled and harried. Crossthwaite trying to win it back. Stapleton stepping out. It's really interesting to watch the two coaches on a night like this, the body language, the instructions that are being belted out. We always thought this was going to be a tight contest. It has very much proved that way in the opening half an hour. Both these sides in recent seasons have had matches which they've won comfortably. They've won easily. They could have won by even more goals. But this is where you really earn your money as a player, as a coach. Games of small margins like these which can decide seasons. Both sets of players trying to make things happen, but also really working hard to keep the opposition quiet as well. Broom will marshal that back. Quinn just keeps Batty honest there. One player we've not seen too much of in Nottingham Forest Red as yet is Amy Claypole. She's just leading that line, waiting for that opportunity to come. Rogers pokes it forward. Boylorca, Garcia tried to swivel and find Wellings. Claypole moves it on to Smith. Boylorca always having a go if possible. Well, she's so difficult to keep quiet. Just when you think she's too far out, she's quite happy to take on an effort from that kind of range. She's hit some absolute belters in the past. Holloway. Birmingham City in the mood here. Holloway on the end of it. And Broom well and truly in the way, as she needed to be. Rolls for Garcia. Nottingham Forest patient, sticking to their principles of playing out from Emily Batty. Through the lines, Georgia Broom here. Thomas confident to take it with 2 on her case. Rogers now. And again from Claypole. Chantal Boylorca. Touch from Sari. You can hear the competitive nature of this game. So much dialogue on field. So many players talking their teammates through the match almost. Making sure that nothing is given away. If you can't make something happen, make sure that one of your teammates can. Give them the advice they need. Here's Wellings. It's a very early ball in, which in the end was between Garcia and Claypole. She is making things happen. Just needs a bit of help in finishing things off. That's clearly over the line from Sari. She knew it, but thought she'd try her luck anyway. She's put in some great crosses already. Charlie Wellings. Birmingham City won't want to allow her to do that too many more times. Sari, nicely done. Taken out by Stapleton. Might be a talking to here as well as the award of a free kick. And I think some paperwork is coming here for Nottingham Forest number 2. First yellow of the night for the West Ham United loanee. Sarri was always going to win the race to the ball. Sarri's ball in, Batty's after it. And in the end, I think just waved at it rather than making any true contact. Final 10 minutes of the first half. Lucy Quinn stopped in her tracks. Holloway. Sarri. Away from Smith for a moment, but then couldn't quite complete the job. Another player of great pedigree. Spells at Leeds United, Sheffield United, Brighton, of course, and Everton. Sarri. Holloway. Batty will claim that one relatively easily. Shannon Cook now. Taken down by G. Touch that allowed her to swivel and allowed Birmingham City to gather momentum again here. Decent ball in towards Quinn. Beaten to the punch. It'll roll to Cornet, who has a go. Not one of her better ones. Just got right underneath it and it took off and kept on going. Another promising step forward for the visiting side, though. Smith. Helped out by Batty. Up towards Wellings. With Holloway at her back. It's a Birmingham ball. Sarri, so often an outlet for Birmingham City on this side. It's a really good battle, actually, between Sarri and Kirsty Smith. Holloway's touch for Cornet. Sarri goes again against Garcia. And just about wriggles through. And is there a finish on the end of it? Oh! So close to something so special in the end. A swivelling effort from Lily Crosthwaite. Just wonder when she hit it, whether she thought that was just going to tuck itself inside the post. Another well-worked attack, some good hard yards put in by Sari. Now Birmingham City allowed to go here. Sari will hit it and score! Nottingham Forest were waiting for a free kick that never came. Birmingham City more than happy to take the advantage and make the most of the advantage. Well, as the debate rages from those in red, those in white compose themselves to go again. Was it a foul on Freya Thomas? The answer was no from the officials, and Birmingham City just kept on going and got the ultimate reward. Sari, who's been one of the more lively out there, is the one to fire home, and the game tilts in Birmingham City's favour. Well, much frustration from the home side, but it's the old cliche of playing to the whistle. Smith, as the home side look to rally and respond. Martha Harris, shouts of hands against her. Nicely done by Holloway, and indeed by Rogers. And that escapes the clutches of Kirsty Smith. Holloway's throw. Forward by Cook. They'd love a second before the break here, Birmingham City. Nottingham Forest just having to steady the ship a little bit. Away by Thomas. Flick on looking for Quinn, who tries to help it on to herself. And it's really solid defending from Georgia Broom. Cross-Thwaite, helping the ball back to a colleague. It's going to be offside though. Forest keen to get on with it quickly. Sari's finished the difference thus far. Here's that moment again. No foul given in the build-up. On they went, and in it went. Forward by Broom. Claypole. Chantal Boy-Lorca. She and Wellings have been the two most likely to cause Birmingham City problems. Just hasn't quite clicked for Nottingham Forest, apart from those moments where Wellings put the ball across the penalty area, and if it had fallen to the right player, could have made a big difference. A minimum of 1 added minute at the end of this half. Forest ball. Mustaki just went down off the ball there. She's back up though to reclaim possession. Rogers with the added minute pretty much up. Claypole and Rogers. And that is half-time. A tight and tense 45 minutes, but with openings carved out at both ends, and crucially a goal, which Nottingham Forest continue to debate. Viachuki Sari's finish, the defining moment of the half, in which Nottingham Forest have had their moments, but Birmingham City have had just a few more. And crucially, it's the visitors who lead at the break. Nottingham Forest 0, Birmingham City 1. So we're going to see Rachel Rowe for the second half. The Welsh midfielder who joined from Southampton during the course of the summer. And Rowe is going to come on to replace Nahikari Garcia, who played her part in the first half, but wasn't able to get the touch in the penalty area when the ball was presented to her. Mull of Kintyre, the Nottingham Forest anthem, trying to inspire those in red ahead of the second half here. So to the second half we go. These two sides producing a first half that was tough to play in, and from a point of view of trying to pick out the moments that really mattered, largely they came from those in Birmingham City white. The second half we have to see more from those in Nottingham Forest red, but they played their part in proceedings in the first half, so let's see if they can step things up a little. They're changing personnel. Rachel Rowe on for Nahikari Garcia. We'll see how they settle into this second half. Freya Thomas straight away getting stuck in. Safety first from Rebecca McKenna. Mustaki taken on by Quinn. Broom just kept on spinning and found a way out. Rowe now. Well, she was trying to get Wellings into the game. Ball was always favouring Lucy Thomas. This was always going to be a test of quality tonight for both teams. It's a test of character for Nottingham Forest at the start of this second half. It's Birmingham ball. Crazy to think how close Birmingham City were to promotion last season. Missing out by 2 points or 1 goal, depending on how you look at it, because of the result against London City Lionesses on the final day. They had the best defensive record in the division, but too many draws ultimately cost them dearly. You sense the ruthless streak with some of these players, with Amy Merricks as a coach, desperately trying to make sure that that situation doesn't rear its head again this time round. Rowe. Already making her presence felt. Just ran out of room there because of the probing from G. Bounces off Mustaki. Rowe. Martha Harris sliding in. Holloway, nicely done. Support ahead of her and to the side as well. And she's kept a run going here. And she gets a corner for her efforts. Freya Thomas matching her stride for stride. I mentioned it in the first half, but they're so delighted to secure her future at the City Ground till 2027. Over 70 appearances, 17 goals in Nottingham Forest colours. Sari's delivery. Harris is there, shouts of hands. Waved away by Lucy May. And the idea may well have been that it was point-blank range. Oh, and Harris has kept going here. Reward for perseverance, and then I think she's penalised, possibly ironically, for handball. Well, it was difficult to see initially from our angle up here whether this was handball, whether it just struck Amy Rogers. Not sure there was too much hand involved there. Certainly no way on that evidence you could give a penalty kick. Thomas back to Stapleton. Broom stepping out. Chloe Mustaki. And the press from Birmingham City here is relentless, trying to force the error. And if there isn't an error, you just force the opposition all the way back. Ball is still in. A few players just gave up on that. Well, plenty shouting at the assistant. But I think it's fair to say that ball just dribbled along the line. Work to do for Nottingham Forest in this second half, but they've been in the game right from the off. And the Birmingham City lead is a slender one. So often the message from a coach in this situation is just get the next goal and then cross the next bridge when you get to it. Shannon Cook's ball. Mitriki Sauri. It's a really good run. And she let fly when perhaps she had better options. Felt she put in enough work to have a go herself. Does travel with the ball so well, which attracts defenders towards her, meaning there are spaces for others if she can find them. That's just out. It's unfortunate for Chelsea Cornet, who grafted to get there. Boyd Hawker. Amy Claypole making that darting run. That is a free kick for the challenge on G. Has that ability to change direction so quickly, which can be a real problem for those who are trying to track you. Dangerous ball over, Cornet was there, just wouldn't sit for it. Boyd Hawker on defensive watch, and she was just clipped as she tried to clear. Bounces off Stapleton. Quinn was hoping to get in. Broom saw it back, did she? Well, last touch must have come off Quinn. Boyd Hawker's challenge. Birmingham City allowed to carry on. Lucy Quinn wanted it to feet. And just caught Rogers. Emily Batty to come out and take this. They've tried whenever possible to play out from the back, Nottingham Forest, but they're also more than capable of taking the direct route. Martha Harris makes sure that a corner isn't given away. Rowe. Stapleton. He was the only recipient of a yellow card in that first half. Broom. Boy, Halorka getting increasingly frustrated that the ball isn't arriving at her feet. On from G. Just behind Holloway. Rather like the first half. One side has it, and very quickly the other side regains it and then gives it back. Broom. Mustaki. Where's that going to drop? Oh, well, the offside flag is up, which stops Nottingham Forest just as they were getting started, really. Mustaki steps in, wants the throw. I don't think the ball's actually gone out of play there. Just sort of curled along the line. Rogers had the ball and then just had a bit of a swipe at Crosthwaite. It's Forest who have it, though. Claypole dropping in to get involved. We've not seen her have too much of the ball tonight. Now she's finding her way through the middle. The ball doesn't get there. It's taken off the toes of Smith. Thomas. Smith. Up and away from Cook. Taken on by Crosthwaite. Took that in her stride really well. And she has runners. And it's a disappointing end from Christy Harrison-Murray. A strike that lacked conviction from a decent distance out. Was always going to struggle to really test Emily Batty. Never really looked set for it. One of those who joined the 100 club for Birmingham City in days gone by. Indeed, last season she featured in all but one game. Scored against Blackburn Rovers. Been a mainstay of the side since joining from Liverpool 5 and a bit years ago. We've hit the hour mark, and there is movement on the Nottingham Forest bench. Chantal Boyhawker took it in her stride, has a go, and it had to be dealt with. Lucy Thomas scrambled it away. Well, she made the opportunity for herself. Wasn't far away from taking it either. Nottingham Forest are preparing Molly Green. But first, a corner for the home side. It's Rogers trying to help it in. And it was Stapleton who was arriving. Just couldn't quite get there quick enough. Molly Green's arrival is imminent. Chantal Boyhlorka for Rowe. Just couldn't quite reel it in. Kept fighting for it though. Made Martha Harris play it. Harris again. Back to Thomas. He's happy just to take the sting out of Nottingham Forest here. Taken down by Quinn. Backed up here by Crosthwaite. It's Quinn's ball over, which is easily plucked out of the night sky by Emily Batty. Here's Wellings. Up towards Boyhlorka. Nicely done by Martha Harris. And now we're going to see a couple of changes for Nottingham Forest. Cara Hamilton is going to join Molly Green in coming onto the field. Georgia Broom will pass on the captain's armband as she leaves. Molly Green gets the armband, gets the spot in the side, and Cara Hamilton will replace Charlie Wellings, who had a big say in proceedings in the first half, but we've not really seen much of her in the second. So the former Birmingham City attacker makes way. Kirsty Smith told to retreat. Joined on the field now, of course, by her former Manchester United teammate Molly Green. They won this division together under Casey Stoney. Along with Martha Harris, who's playing on the other side tonight for Birmingham City. "25 minutes to play. As it stands, it's a big night for Birmingham City. If everything stays this way in this game tonight, Birmingham City will move up to second. Just tucked in behind leaders Charlton. Bristol City would stay in third spot, just behind Birmingham City on goal difference. Nottingham Forest in fourth, 4 points back. Still plenty of time for that to change, of course. That's just how it is right now. These two of the sides who have flourished at the start of this season. There are, of course, teams at the other end of the table struggling a little. Ipswich Town currently bottom with 4 points from 8 games. Crystal Palace and Durham make up the bottom 3. Some Birmingham City changes are going to take place in a moment. Christy Harrison-Murray to leave then. Libby Bance, her replacement. And Lucy Quinn's night is over. And Bachiba Louis will come on to replace her. I've already seen her in goal-scoring action a few times for Birmingham City. Bachiba Louis in the opening weekend victory over Bristol City, the win over Newcastle United, and also the big victory against Ipswich Town. Chantal Boyalorca. Solid challenge by Mustaki, who was fully committed to that one. And it goes. Forest ball. Of course, there's been plenty of news around the WSL recently, and a bit of news around Birmingham City in the last week or so, with forward Simone McGill announcing that she's expecting her first child, therefore she won't be featuring for the Blues for the remainder of the season. Of course, we wish her and her husband Mark all the best. A player who's been such a good attacking threat over the years for club and country. Rachel Rowe darting forward. The challenge from Cornet is not only going to bring a free kick, but a yellow card as well. Good old battle between the two of them. And it did look like Cornet got some of the ball. Chantal Boyalorca to take. Big discussion going on about who's going to take this. Looks like Molly Green is at the front of the queue now. Well, when she hits them from this kind of range, they stay hit. Eyes for goal. Not quite what she'd hoped. But at the same time, there was plenty behind it. Beat the wall with ease. Just wouldn't sit under the bar. Lucy Thomas has a problem here for Birmingham City. So while she is seen to, both sets of players will get together for a discussion with their respective coaches. A chance to take on instruction as well as refreshment for those outfielders. And there's around 20 minutes to play here. The tactics board briefly out. Amy Merrick said to me earlier she's delighted to be playing the last game of the weekend in some ways. she's been able to soak up the action from the weekend. She can focus on the job in hand tonight. One of those coaches who, she admits, finds it hard to switch off from football at times. She loves drinking in the game. She's really loving life at Birmingham City. Says she's exactly where she wants to be. Wants to get the club back to where she feels it belongs. Claypole. Rowe. Just couldn't thread it through. In fairness, Birmingham City were very well stocked at the back there. Nottingham Forest will have to commit more bodies forward as proceedings develop. What can they do here? Maybe, or was there a tug of the shirt? It was Cara Hamilton who tried to squeeze through the defensive gap. Rebecca Holloway made sure she couldn't. Lucy Thomas now. That's out of play. Every time the ball is out now, those in red will look to recycle quickly. Possible hands from Rachel Rowe. Louis. Well won back by Freya Thomas. Oh, and Hamilton just saw it squirm away from her grasp. The momentum here is with Forest. Mustaki. Boy Hawker, lovely turn. She felt the contact from Shannon Cook and waited for the whistle to go. Molly Green to help it in. Rowe. Boy Hawker. Green again. And now Rogers to take a more direct route. Seen off by Harris. This is where time can just vanish if you're chasing a game. Suddenly it's just 15 minutes left on the watch. Let's try and tidy up this moment of promise for Nottingham Forest. Cara Hamilton felt she was pulled back here. Was there anything in it? Well, there was contact, but contact with consequences. A sort of buzz phrase in that situation. Did it really stop her going through? Vivian Leah, the latest introduction for Nottingham Forest. Amy Claypole, the player who departed. Blockbuster coming together there. Both players, though, back up quickly and on with it. Beatrice Shari, who's had a quiet quarter of an hour or so. But so far she's produced the one moment that has really mattered tonight. She's the match winner-elect at the moment. Kirsty Smith walking a fair way with the ball. Birmingham City pressing really well once again. If they are to win tonight, it will be a triumph for hard graft, really. The attendance announced at a little over 1,220. And the majority inside the ground will want just a little bit more from their side. Leah unable to control. Molly Green's challenge. I think a yellow card's on its way to her. And I think she knew it was coming. Bachiba Louis just managing to dart away from her. G to take. Shannon Cook. Oh! Well, for a moment when she let fly, you thought, what's she doing shooting from there? But tell you what, that would have been special. And that probably would have put the game out of reach of Nottingham Forest. A shot that was very nearly out of the reach of Emily Batty. G. Louis skipping through, all the way through, and Stapleton in the way. And a penalty kick goes Birmingham City's way. Well, all it lacked was the finish. And Stapleton is dismissed as a result of the part she played in blocking it. Panic mode here for Nottingham Forest. And Lucy May decided the arm was used and a penalty kick was the reward for Birmingham City. She did everything she could, Jessie Stapleton, already on a yellow card, of course. But once the penalty was given, her dismissal was inevitable. So, Via Chukisari at the double. 2 goals for Birmingham City and quite possibly 3 points for Birmingham City now. 2 kicks of the football from their number 27. Look like they've got the job done for Amy Merrick's side. Emily Batty guessed right, but didn't quite have enough to get there. And to be honest, if you were of a Birmingham City persuasion, you wouldn't want anyone else taking that kick. Well, it's too early to write Nottingham Forest off after their last game when they scored twice very late on to turn what looked like a defeat into an unlikely victory. But in truth tonight, Birmingham City have kept them at arm's length for a large part of this game. Up and away from Smith. Martha Harris chasing Rachel Rowe. Nicely done by Libby Bance to slow Forest down. It's for Trikitari who gave it away. They need something here, really, arguably now, Nottingham Forest, to set up the cliched grandstand finish. And the shoulder well and truly put in there on Vivian Leah. And now G is away. And Bachiba Louis is striding forward to get up with her. And G just showed a little too much of that to Emily Batty, who was brave and strong and quick. Just shows now how Nottingham Forest have to gamble, which leaves those inevitable gaps at the back. Of course, the WSL 2, as it's now known, was previously the FA Women's Championship. At the end of this season, the teams in first and second in this division will automatically be promoted to the top tier. A team finishing bottom of the WSL, the top tier, will then face the third-placed WSL 2 side in a promotion-relegation playoff to decide who is in the top division the following season. It means that 3 teams could potentially be promoted to the top flight this term. Previous seasons have only seen 1 go up, so it's a big season in promotion terms, and we may well see these 2 sides feature in those spots at the end of the season. Birmingham City changes here for the final moments, and it's a big moment for them to have Lee Gumin back on the football pitch. A huge character and a quality player. Someone who they are delighted is back fit after injury on the opening weekend. Smiles from the departing Lily Crosthwaite. And Tegan McGowan takes her place for the final moments. Bance. Swept away. Rogers for Rowe. They'll keep on going, Nottingham Forest. They have to. But it's their way too. Leah hits it. Just always telegraphed really towards Lucy Thomas. Louis. Snappy turn from her away from Molly Green. Tova Almqvist is going to replace Amy Rogers. who's covered an awful lot of ground tonight. Tove Alkvist has the last couple of minutes plus added time. McKenna just a little too keen to get on with it. Bantz losing out to Rowe. Almqvist on for Boyhlorka, the flag's up. It's the kind of chance she's been waiting for all night, to step away from the Birmingham City back four. And it was, in referee's assistant terms, an easy call. Louis on the spin. Well, Emily Batty had to get down there to shovel it round the post. Determined to make her mark. Picked out by Lee, and then she tried to pick her spot. Well inside the final minute now. Powered into the middle towards Cook. Smith up and away. We're going to have a decent wedge of added time, you'd imagine here. Nottingham Forest need to keep the belief. Indeed, we're going to play at least 6 more minutes. Boyhlorka unable to take it on. Lovely ball from Lee. Bathsheba Louis through on goal and gets her goal. And Birmingham City get their win. And it's a win that will be noted throughout this division. You just wondered tonight if one of these two sides was really going to step forward. And it's proved to be those in white who have done so. Bathsheba Louis not long on. She knew where she had to slot it. Took the opportunity beautifully, and it was carved out by the returning Lee, who didn't take long to get back into her stride. And that puts it beyond any doubt. Mustaki. Back to Batty. Just feels like a night in which Birmingham City have just chipped away at Nottingham Forest. Kept on passing, kept on probing, and eventually have carved out the win. the perfect kind of reply after defeat last time out. She'll have to pick her side up, dust them down and get them going again. But they are going to be a force in this division this season. Ria Trikisari will be an observer for the final couple of minutes of added time. She's done the damage. Another free kick for the visitors. We want 4 is the call from the away fans. Boyhlorker away. Harris and then Cook flashing it forward. Nicely done. Holloway's in. Well, that would have been a collector's item. Such a big player for Birmingham City, but she's waiting for that first goal, having played over 100 games for the club. A big presence. Oh, and Harris came through the crowd out of nowhere. Now, she doesn't get many goals. She would love to have angled that one in. Really good technique to even come close, to be fair. It might be just about time for one more Birmingham City attack. They're gathering in the middle. The ball's just not going to come. Thomas. One of many in red who've worked really hard tonight for the cause. It just hasn't quite happened for them. Mustaki knocked over. Away by Green. Vivian Leah. Harris away, and Birmingham City win. Even at this early stage of proceedings, that feels like a big 3 points for Birmingham City. This was always going to be a tough test for both sides, but it's the Blues who come out on top in a game which was competitive throughout, but the better side prospered in the end. Beatrice double gave the Blues a platform from which to build. Bachiba Louis added the gloss to the scoreline, set up by the returning Lee Gumin. A perfect night for Amy Merrick's side, who rise to second spot in the table. Nottingham Forest 0, Birmingham City 3. Well, understandably, anyone of a Birmingham City persuasion delighted with the way the game ended. And on paper, they were the dominant force through the course of the match. Nottingham Forest had their moments, particularly in the first half, but Birmingham City made their chances count, made more openings, and just imposed themselves a little bit more. And ultimately, as a result of that, they rise up the table. Just a point between these two sides at kickoff, but 4 points now. And some nicely taken opportunities in the end from those in white, blue and black. This defeat will hurt Nottingham Forest, but they'll be back. No doubt about that. They've shown enough quality already this season for sides to sit up and take notice. This was always going to be a difficult night for both teams, but Birmingham City just coming out on top. And they will be pleased, Birmingham City, to get up to second place, just tucked in behind Charlton Athletic. Frustrated, of course, to lose to the Addicts last time out. But it means now that they are within 4 points of top spot. Bristol City in third, Nottingham Forest in fourth after that defeat this evening. Ipswich Town, of course, the side struggling to get going at the moment and shipping plenty of goals as well. But it will be interesting to see who out of that batch of clubs in the middle of the table can really get a run together and stride up the standings to join those who are fancied at the top. Bristol City, of course, in third spot with a 7-0 win yesterday over Ipswich Town, which has boosted the points total and, of course, the goal difference, and no doubt as well the confidence of the players involved. Newcastle United may well rise up the ranks there as well, with some quality and experience in their squad. Early days in the campaign, of course, but plenty of potential for a fair bit of shifting around as the season develops. It is a concern, though, for those teams struggling in terms of goal difference already, because you never know if that's going to be a crucial factor come the end of the campaign. In that regard, Birmingham City looking very strong there with a goal difference of plus 12. Ipswich Town, of course, and Portsmouth struggling in that regard. Birmingham City will look to take on Portsmouth in their next game. Nottingham Forest go to Sheffield United. So a really good night for the visitors. There were moments of promise for the home side as well. Fair few bits and pieces to pick through from the first half and indeed the second half as well. Just wonder what might have happened in this game had Nottingham Forest taken a couple of their early chances. Garcia with that one, which was well saved. Chantal Boy-Lorca and Charlie Wellings involved in the creation of that chance. Beatrice Kisari at the heart of a lot of Birmingham City's good play. This was Lucy Quinn. She was annoyed with herself really there, but it's one of those that wasn't too far away from causing Forest some issues. This was the opener. Freya Thomas went down. She felt she was caught. Beatrice Kisari thought, well, I'm just going to carry on here and see what happens. And ultimately, she got the goal. And it was at a time when Birmingham City were working hard, imposing themselves, but not getting the reward they needed. And that really tilted the game beautifully their way. Forest got going in the second half. The introduction of Rachel Rowe was important in the early moments from that. Once again, it was Boy Halorka who tested Lucy Thomas. If Forest were to get anything tonight, it was likely to come from her. And then this was G darting through Bachiba Louis. You thought maybe she was going to finish this one off herself. Jessie Stapleton had other ideas. I felt she was hard done by in the end. Thought it was a ball that hit her on the shoulder. At least that was what she said as she wandered off, having been shown a red card. That gave Sari the opportunity to get her second, her side second, and really, in honesty, put the game to bed at that point. Really did burst the Nottingham Forest bubble and gave them a lot to do. A very smartly taken penalty kick. And with 6 minutes of added time, indeed, as you could just hear, you thought, well, maybe Forest have enough time to mount a comeback. Bachiba Louis very quickly put pay to that. And she was neat and tidy when she came on. And it was a nicely taken third. So Birmingham City's night at the City Ground. We'll see plenty more from these two sides as the WSL2 season continues. But for now, thanks for your company this evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.